Time spares no one, but in Hollywood, some fight back harder than others. From tragic accidents that ended careers to the icons who refuse to age, we're ranking 50 90s bombshells to see where they are in 2026. Ashley Judd. The thriller queen of Double Jeopardy is 58 today. While she dazzled audiences in 1996, her recent years have been defined by survival. In 2021, she nearly lost her leg tripping over a fallen tree in the Congo rainforest. After a grueling 55-hour rescue mission, the recovery has been a years-long battle she is finally winning. Juliette Lewis. The wild child of natural-born killers is now 53. Lewis was never your typical starlet. She emancipated herself from her parents at just 14 to work longer hours. Today, she continues to channel that intensity into music and acting, notably in Yellow Jackets, proving her chaotic 90s energy was just the beginning. Gillian Anderson. At 25, she was Agent Scully. At 58, she's a British TV icon. Filming The X-Files wasn't glamorous. Anderson is 4 inches shorter than co-star David Duchovny and spent 9 seasons standing on a wooden box just to stay in frame. She's since ditched the box and the red dye, embracing her natural blonde hair. Lucy Lawless. The warrior princess is 58. While she spent 6 years as a brunette action hero, Lawless is naturally blonde and now focuses heavily on activism. She was even arrested for boarding an oil drilling ship in protest. The armor is gone, but the fighting spirit remains. Famke Janssen. Best known as Xenia Onatopp in GoldenEye, the 62-year-old Dutch actress was physically imposing in more ways than one. She wears a size 11 shoe, and the studio had to custom-make heels for her Bond role because they didn't have her size. Her face has changed noticeably recently, sparking plastic surgery debates, but she remains active in action films. Tia Carrere. She was the dream girl Cassandra in Wayne's World, but at 59, Tia Carrere is a musical powerhouse. She sang her own vocals in the movie, a talent she took seriously. She has since pivoted away from acting to win 2 Grammy Awards for her Hawaiian music albums. Mina Suvari. The Rose Petal Girl from American Beauty is now 47. In 1999, she was told she was too short for modeling, so she took over Hollywood instead. After the 90s, she stepped back from blockbusters to focus on raising a family and writing a memoir about the dark side of her early fame. Thora Birch. Another American Beauty alum, Thora Birch is 44. She was the it girl of indie films until she suddenly vanished. Reports suggest her father, who was her manager, threatened to co-star during an off-Broadway play, getting her fired and effectively blacklisting her for years. She is slowly making a comeback as a director. Neve Campbell. The ultimate final girl is 53. Campbell survived the Scream franchise by sticking to her guns. She famously has a no nudity clause in her contracts, which is why she remained fully clothed even in the steamy thriller Wild Things. She recently returned to the Scream series, but only after publicly demanding and getting the pay raise she deserved. Christina Ricci. From Wednesday Addams to Yellow Jackets, the 46-year-old Ricci has been working non-stop since age 11. Ironically, for her breakout role in the Addams Family, she had to learn how to swim because she was terrified of water. She has successfully transitioned from child star to edgy adult lead without the typical Hollywood meltdown. Meg Ryan. America's sweetheart is 65. The Sleepless in Seattle star dominated the decade, but she famously turned down The Silence of the Lambs because the script was too gruesome. In recent years, her appearance has drawn headlines, with fans noting a drastic change in her features, though Ryan rarely addresses the criticism. Heather Locklear. Once the highest-paid actress on TV, the 65-year-old Melrose Place star defined 90s glamour. She was the ultimate rock wife, engaged to members of Motley Crue and Bon Jovi, However, recent years saw her struggle with publicized arrests and mental health battles, though recent reports suggest she is finally finding stability. Kim Basinger. At 73, the LA Confidential Oscar winner keeps a low profile. Her 90s were chaotic. She famously bought the entire town of Brazelton, Georgia for $20 million to create a tourist attraction. The plan failed, she went bankrupt, selling it for just $1 million, and today she avoids the spotlight almost entirely. Daryl Hannah. The Splash Mermaid is 66. If you look closely at her 90s films, she often wears a prosthetic fingertip. She lost the tip of her index finger as a child. Today, she is married to Neil Young and is frequently seen in handcuffs, not for movies, but for environmental activism arrests. Gina Davis. The 6-foot-tall icon of Thelma and Louise is 70. She isn't just an actress. At age 41, she took up archery and nearly qualified for the U.S. Olympic team in 1999. She now runs a major institute dedicated to eliminating gender bias in media. Fran Drescher. The voice of the 90s is 69. Before The Nanny, Drescher survived a violent home invasion, a trauma she hid for years. Recently, she served as the fiery president of the SAG-AFTRA union, leading the historic Hollywood strikes and proving that her voice is still her most powerful asset. Michelle Pfeiffer. The definitive Catwoman is 68 and looks incredible. Before her fame peaked, Pfeiffer fell into a breatharian cult that believed humans could live on sunlight alone. She escaped, and today she runs a clean perfume line, aging with a grace that few in Hollywood can match. Brittany Murphy. The Clueless star died tragically in 2009 at just 32. She had purchased Britney Spears' former home in LA, the same house where she collapsed. 5 months later, her husband died in the exact same house, sparking rumors of toxic mold, though the coroner officially ruled it pneumonia and anemia. Kirstie Alley. The Cheers and Look Who's Talking star passed away in 2022. Her weight fluctuations were a cruel national conversation throughout the 90s. Behind the scenes, she was a former cocaine addict who credited Scientology's Narconon program with saving her life before she ever found fame. Shannon Doherty. The bad girl of the 90s died in 2024 at age 53. For decades, she was branded difficult, but shortly before her death, she revealed the truth. Her erratic behavior on the set of Charmed coincided with the stress of her father's terminal illness, a burden she carried privately while the tabloids tore her apart. Alicia Silverstone, Cher Horowitz, is 50. After Clueless, Silverstone was ruthlessly mocked by tabloids as Fat Girl during the filming of Batman and Robin. The cruelty made her step away from mainstream blockbusters. She reinvented herself as a vegan activist and author, prioritizing her health over Hollywood's expectations. Denise Richards. The Wild Things bombshell is 55. Richards famously claimed she broke up with her boyfriend in the 90s specifically to film the lesbian pool scene in Wild Things because he disapproved. She later pivoted to reality TV on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to support her family. Elizabeth Hurley. At 61, Liz Hurley defies the laws of aging. Known for that safety pin dress in 1994, she now lives a surprising dual life. She runs a 400-acre organic farm in the UK and produces her own beef jerky, all while modeling her own swimwear line on Instagram. Jennifer Love Hewitt. The 90s Scream Queen is 47. While she was a massive teen idol, she had a kind heart. She famously sent a box of stuffing to Matt Damon in the 90s after hearing he didn't have a bed. He never responded. She is currently a lead on the hit show 911, showcasing a grittier side. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy is 49. Gellar has a black belt in Taekwondo and did many of her own stunts, but she suffered from scoliosis, making the physical demands of the show agonizing. She semi-retired from acting to launch Food Stirs, a successful baking brand, proving she can slay in the boardroom too. Tiffany Thiessen. Kelly Kapowski is 52. Every teenage boy's crush in the 90s. She was actually dating Brian Austin Green, David Silver from 90210, and living with him before she turned 20. She successfully transitioned to adult roles in White Collar and now hosts a cooking show. Jenna Von Oy. Remember the fast-talking best friend Six from Blossom? She is 49 and completely left Hollywood. Jenna moved to Nashville to become a country music singer and a mommy blogger, releasing a book about ignoring expert parenting advice. Sean Young. The Ace Ventura villain is 67. Her career is a what if. She was originally cast as Vicky Vale in the 1989 Batman, but broke her arm falling off a horse during rehearsals. Kim Basinger took the role, and Young's career never quite recovered its momentum. Rose McGowan. The Jawbreaker star is 53. McGowan's life has been intense. She was raised in the Children of God cult until age 9 and ran away to live with drag queens in Portland. In recent years, she shaved her head, moved to Mexico, and became a vocal, often controversial, activist against the Hollywood machine. Fairuza Balk. The ultimate 90s goth from The Craft is 52. Balk didn't just play a witch. She actually bought the oldest occult shop in Los Angeles, Panpipe's Magical Marketplace, to save it from closing. She maintains a low profile, staying true to her alternative roots. Nicole Kidman. At 59, Kidman is more successful than ever, but her 90s were defined by her marriage to Tom Cruise. When they divorced in 2001, she famously walked out of the lawyer's office and shouted, "I can wear heels now," referencing the fact that she was taller than him. Sandra Bullock. America's other sweetheart is 62. The Speed star has a surprising background. She is fluent in German and spent 12 years of her childhood in Nuremberg, where her mother was an opera singer. She remains an A-list power player, producing massive hits for Netflix. Julia Roberts. The smile that defined a decade is 59. That smile wasn't just charming. It was a business asset insured for $30 million during her peak. Roberts has aged gracefully, picking fewer roles and spending more time on her ranch in New Mexico. Jennifer Aniston. At 57, Aniston is still TV royalty. While millions of women copied the Rachel haircut, Aniston actually hated it, calling it the ugliest haircut I've ever seen, because she couldn't style it herself. She now stars in The Morning Show, looking remarkably similar to her 1994 self. Sharon Stone. The Basic Instinct icon is 68. In 2001, she suffered a massive stroke that she says cost her her career. During her 7-year recovery, she lost $18 million in savings because people took advantage of her brain injury. She has since rebuilt her life as a respected painter. Salma Hayek. At 60, Hayek is still the celebrity who refuses to age. She fought hard for her breakout role in Desperado, lying to director Robert Rodriguez about her height. She is only 5 feet 2 inches, and he almost didn't cast her because the male lead was tall. Winona Ryder. The face of 90s grunge is 55. Her career halted after her infamous 2001 shoplifting arrest. Ryder later claimed the painkillers she was on were prescribed by a quack doctor who treated numerous other stars who spiraled in that era. Stranger Things finally gave her the comeback she deserved. Pamela Anderson. The 59-year-old Baywatch icon has done the unthinkable. Known for heavy glam, she went completely makeup-free in recent years. She made the choice after her longtime makeup artist, Alexis Vogel, died of breast cancer, stating she wanted to be raw and authentic. Demi Moore. At 64, Moore looks stunning. In the 90s, she was nicknamed Gimme More because she was the first actress to demand, and get a $12 million salary, breaking the gender pay ceiling. She recently starred in The Substance, a horror movie ironically about the fear of aging. Cameron Diaz, The Masked star, is 54. She retired in 2014 to focus on family and her wine brand, but has since returned to acting. She was a shrewd businesswoman. For Charlie's Angels, she negotiated ownership of the merchandising rights, making it one of the most lucrative deals of the era. Tara Reid, now 51, the American Pie star, became a cautionary tale of early 2000s plastic surgery. Botched liposuction led to cruel tabloid ridicule. She later revealed she lost a major role because a producer thought she looked too party girl, despite her being sober at the audition. Estella Warren. From Planet of the Apes to Police Blotters, Estella Warren is 48. Once the face of Chanel No. 5, her life spiraled in 2011. She was arrested for a DUI, managed to slip out of her handcuffs at the police station, and tried to run away before being tackled. Carré Otis. The Wild Orchid model is 58. Her 90s were defined by a turbulent marriage to Mickey Rourke. She almost died during that time when a .357 Magnum gun belonging to Rourke accidentally discharged in her purse, the bullet lodging just inches from her heart. Linda Fiorentino. The Men in Black star is 65 and totally vanished after 2009. She is widely rumored to be blacklisted for being impossible to work with. Director Kevin Smith famously stated he would never work with her again after she refused to speak to him on set for weeks. Kathleen Turner. The raspy-voiced icon is 72. Her bombshell image changed rapidly in the 90s, leading to cruel jokes about her weight. It wasn't lifestyle. She was diagnosed with severe rheumatoid arthritis in 1992, and the heavy steroid medication permanently altered her appearance. Lolo Ferrari. A cult icon of the 90s, Lolo Ferrari died 26 years ago at age 37. She held the Guinness record for the largest breast implants in the world at 54G. They were so heavy, 6 pounds each, that she risked suffocation if she slept on her stomach, a factor that contributed to her early death. Kelly McGillis. The Top Gun instructor is 69. Fans were shocked she wasn't in the sequel, Maverick. McGillis was blunt, stating, "I'm old and I'm fat and I look my age." She left Hollywood years ago to run a bar in Key West and work as a drug and alcohol counselor. Bridget Fonda. The it girl of the 90s is 62 and hasn't been seen on screen in over 20 years. She survived a near-fatal rollover car crash in 2003 that fractured her vertebrae. She quit acting immediately after to focus on raising her son with composer Danny Elfman and has never looked back. Lara Flynn Boyle. The Twin Peaks star is 56. In the 2010s, her appearance changed drastically due to rumored corrective surgeries. In a rare moment of candor, she admitted her fear of aging came from a casting director telling her at age 18 that she had a 25-year shelf life. Yasmine Bleeth. The most shocking transformation belongs to Yasmine Bleeth. Once named one of People's 50 most beautiful, the Baywatch star is 58. She drove her car off a highway in 2001 while on cocaine and vanished from public life. She now lives in Arizona, refusing all interviews for decades, a ghost of the era she helped define. From the ones who left to the ones who stayed, the 90s feels like a lifetime ago. Which transformation shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity facts. Thanks for watching.